अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूँ ज़ैनब फैसल एंड वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ हर स्टोरी विद ज़ैनब फैसल। आज का एपिसोड कुछ मुख्तलिफ है। टुडे मार्क्स द सेकेंड एनिवर्सरी ऑफ हर स्टोरी विद ज़ैनब फैसल। इन 2 सालों में अमेजिंग ख़वातीन से हम मिले हैं जिनकी कहानियों ने हमें इंस्पायर किया है, हमें रुलाया भी है, हमें पुश किया है कि हम एक बेहतर इंसान बने। और इन 2 सालों में जो हमने सीखा, मैंने चाहा कि वो आपके साथ शेयर करें। टुडे इट्स गोइंग टू बी माय वॉइस बट देयर विजडम। We are taught that marriage protects women. That's the ultimate goal, the milestone that brings safety, status, and stability. But Alia flips that completely. True protection isn't in a ring, it's in readiness. It's in knowing who you are, in standing on your 2 feet. Because when you educate a woman, you don't just change her life, you change her children's, you change homes, communities, economies. And when we stop raising daughters for marriage and start raising them for leaders, in everything shifts. Empowered womanhood doesn't threaten manhood, it enables it.
The values we have, the stories we tell ourselves, even if they've been experiences we've had, it's the experience. An event is just an event. The experience of it is the meaning making we do. Our beliefs, our values are created from this meaning making, and this meaning making is influenced by beliefs and values, which then influences our sense of who we are. Now, when we also we adopt, we unconsciously take on beliefs and values from our environment. So from a very young childhood. So when we have, there's so many beliefs that go around, culturally. औरतों के लिए और ज़्यादा है कि if you suffer, then you will go to बर्दाश्त करना, सब कुछ बर्दाश्त करना, because that's going to take you to heaven, right?
Yes.
And so there is a belief that by suffering, that you, to be an all-suffering woman or a wife or whatever, that you have to put everybody first before yourself. A woman to put herself first is to be, or to prioritize herself in any way, is to be a selfish woman, is to be an arrogant woman or whatever. These are beliefs, right? And so all of these chip away at a sense of a woman, of a human being. And here's the thing, we talk about this expression, aapne shayad suna hoga, it's, you pour from your jug into the cup, and you have to fill your own jug before you can fill the cup. But the quality of what you fill your jug with is going to influence what you're pouring. Agar aap apne jug ko with dirty water agar aap dal rahe hain, you're going to be pouring dirty water into the cups of your children and your families.
Absolutely.
But if the water you're putting in your jug is clean and full of nutrients, that's what you're transferring. This is very controversial, but in terms of, so there's a lot of research, first of all, to show that when you educate a woman, she will educate her family.
Absolutely, yes.
When you educate a man, he will go out and he will earn and he'll bring the money home to take care of his family, but not necessarily educate. But if you educate a woman or a girl, she will grow up to educate her family.
Yes.
And so when you have educated families and children who are being educated, it grows. You develop a more educated economy, society, etc. Right? Now, when you subjugate women, they're the ones who are bringing up children who are going to be subjugated more. And so, I see so many people for relationship coaching and on, these social media platforms of women complaining about men and husbands and being mistreated by the in-laws and being mistreated by the husband, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. And that will only change when parents stop prioritizing their daughters' marriages over and above their education. Because initially, even when you look at sociologically, you look at the purpose of marriage, and you go all the way back to time immemorial. The sociological reason for marriage was safety, protection, right? For a system. Now, marriage doesn't necessarily mean that.
Main protection, yes.
Anymore. And so more and more people are getting divorced, etc. So how do you protect your daughter? You protect her by being able to give her the tools and techniques, the capability to be able to help herself no matter what. What then happens is you don't have women getting into marriages because they have to get into a marriage for whatever, social norms, protection, whatever it is, societal pressures. Now you have women who are able to stand on their own 2 feet. And what that does is, when you have an empowered womanhood enables empowered manhood. When you look at all societies that are doing well, women are equal parts of the societal structure, of the economic structure.
Absolutely. And part of this podcast is also to encourage more women to be part of the decision-making process.
Yeah.
And that can only be done actually
Yeah.
if the woman is empowered.
Yeah.
Alia, you said you're a relationship coach, right? What sort of audience, number one, comes to you? Is it more women? I'm very interested. Are there more women who come to you, or are there men?
In my coaching, I have equal measure men and women.
Excellent.
Men actually like the coaching process more than, from what I've heard from therapy. In my relationship coaching, it's a mixture of the husband and wife. So they both come.
Okay.
And then the mixture is like, we have group sessions of husband and wife with me, and also one-on-one. And the purpose of relationship coaching, and that and there are some key stories that is just rinse repeat that many people over here are experiencing. But one of the key elements within that is empowering women to develop their sense of self that is individual, their own sense of individualism, which then frees, and of course working with the man as well in different ways of showing up in a more resourceful way. It enables the vibrational level of the relationship to increase.
Alia, tell me, what are the number one, problems that come to you for relationships, in terms of relationships? And are they changing? In the past 10 years, there was something, right now they're different. So have the problems changed as a relationship coach? Or are they the same?
In places like Pakistan, most marriages are arranged marriages. And while arranged marriages has its value, one of the key elements is not taken into consideration is how well the young man and young woman get along. And so when they get into the marriage, they start their marriage, they maybe don't get along very well, and they have a very hard time developing a connection. So that's one of the issues. And so by the time they come to me, they've had many years of not healthy habits that have developed in terms of how they engage with each other. The other reason, the main reason people come, is that there's been infidelity. More often than not, it's the man who's had an affair or had multiple affairs. And that's what's brought them into the room. So there's a trust issue there, there's a lot of other issues there.
We often hear, make a great product and it'll sell itself. But Zara knew better. A great product isn't enough. You need to understand your customer, stay honest with your values, and commit to the long game. While others chased trends, she stayed with one flavor, one identity, and made it unmistakable. In a market obsessed with new toppings and viral twists, and she chose consistency. It wasn't always popular, but it was hers, and that's what people come back for.
When you make a very good product, right? आपको पता है वो अच्छा product है, but that doesn't mean it will automatically sell. And then you said, but we had to work on how to sell it. So I want you to tell us a little bit about that, because बहुत सारे लोग आपको देख रहे हैं who are actually either planning to do a business or are in a business and they don't know how to sell. And you love selling and taking on the challenge of selling. So tell us about that, how to think about it, how to go through the process.
So for me, it's so important to stay true to the product and also the person that you are, the person behind the product. Don't try to do what everyone else is doing. कि ओ फलाने पेज ने ये पूरी grid बनाई है अपने उस पे, तो we need to have a grid and those colors and the right colors and logos and logo बड़ा होना चाहिए and all of that. Like I've noticed whenever someone is starting a business, they really put in a lot of effort in the stuff out, like the face
look of it.
the
Yes.
look of it.
Yes.
ठीक है? You first obviously look at your product and you see what is firstly different about my product and the rest. If you're making brownies and everyone is making brownies, what makes your brownies different? Then own that thing about brownies.
Were you never tempted to add, more variety? Because people genuinely first they introduce the first flavor, then they
Lotus.
अब जैसे
all of that.
I mean, I would like to mention there was a milk cake, 3 milk cake.
Yeah.
It was very famous.
Yeah.
And now when we look into their brand, they've added more things
More
to
things
it.
to it. Yeah.
So were you ever tempted? Do you think you would grow your business, make it more successful?
So for me, it's not tempting. For me, I just want a simplified life. कि मैं बस एक चीज़ बना रही हूँ, एक चीज़ बेच रही हूँ, और I want to sell that more in more places now. So if it's right now accessible in Defense, Clifton, PCHS, Tipu Sultan, those areas, I want it more accessible in other parts of Karachi. The same cake. And then make that same cake more accessible maybe in Lahore, Islamabad. Right now, flavors is not even like, for me, I'm not tempted by it. However, my husband, on the other hand, is always ready to add toppings. Mango ka season hai, mango add karo. Strawberry ka season hai, strawberry add karo. Aur hum karte hain, by the way. So sometimes when the season of whatever fruit is in, we do add toppings of just the fruit. No flavor inside the cake. Cake is made the way it is. और उसके ऊपर हम कभी कभार ऐड कर देते kiwi or mango, and then I put a sticker of the mango on top of the box कि ये mango वाला cake है. So we do sometimes do that. Those are like limited editions, but I haven't gone in the direction of lotus cheesecake and Oreo cheesecake and kunafa cheesecake.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not tempted. I want my cheesecake to be more accessible to everyone.
Zara, your way of doing business
Yeah.
actually is quite unique.
Really?
Because we speak to many people and we also have our own observations as well.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, people sell more than one product. And variations are very common, especially in a market where foodies are common actually. So उसमें ये एक बहुत disruptor किस्म की thought process है
Yeah.
कि मैं एक ही चीज़ बेचूंगी, focused रहूंगी, लोग मुझे पहचाने इसी नाम से
Yeah.
पहचाने.
Yeah.
अब के ज़माने में because so fast paced, trends are start and end before you know it.
बिल्कुल.
And where you are providing consistency,
Yes.
when you think back, you think about cheesecakes, आपका नाम पहले आ जाता है, इसमें. So I feel कि as an entrepreneur, you make some unpopular decisions.
Yes.
And this is one of those.
Yes. And alhamdulillah, I feel like it's working. अब लोग critics will be like, कब तक ये चलेगा, कब तक एक ही केक बेचोगी, all of that. But right now I feel like अभी तो मैंने बहुत कम किया है. अभी तो मैंने सिर्फ कराची का एक segment किया है.
आपके कंट्रोल के अंदर दिस इज 10% ऑफ द थिंग्स दैट आर इन योर कंट्रोल एंड 90% आर नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल. और दूसरी चीज़ ये, ऑलवेज रिस्पॉन्ड बट नेवर रिएक्ट. इससे ये होता है कि आपके बिहेवियर्स जो हैं वो बहुत बेहतर हो जाते हैं. मिसाल के तौर पे आपका कोई कोलीग है, बहुत फजूल बात आपसे कर रहे हैं, और नॉर्मल जो आपका दिल है वो ये चाह रहा है कि आप उनको कहें यार कोई तो अकल की बात कर लो, लेकिन आप उनको ये नहीं कहेंगे और आप उसके ऊपर एक रिस्पॉन्स देंगे. सिमिलरली आपको कोई काम आपका नहीं कर रहा सही, आपको अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में कहीं भी कुछ करना है, आप 1 मिनट के लिए सोचें और फिर अपना जुमला कहें. तो आपका जो जुमला है, जो आपका रिएक्शन है, वो फार बेटर होगा.
Arfa says, only 10% of life is in our control. The rest, it unfolds the way it wants to. And still, we obsess for the 90%. We overthink, we overplan, we hold on too tight. But bravery isn't about controlling everything. It's about showing up fully, even when you can't. Arfa talks about the difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is immediate, it's noise. Response is deliberate, it's power. And maybe bravery isn't loud at all. Maybe it's the quiet, the calm, the certain of who you are, even when nothing else is. देखिए मेंटोर्स जिनका एक का मैं जिक्र करना चाहूँगी वाज रिलेटेड टू माय फील्ड, कंस्ट्रक्शन में थे वो। सो हम साइट पे जा रहे थे तो उन्होंने आगे वो बैठे हुए थे और उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि हाउ मच आर यू गोइंग टू चार्ज फॉर दिस वर्क दैट आई एम गिविंग यू। ये शुरू का वक्त है कि जिसमें मेरा वो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता था, तो बड़ा डरते मैंने एक फिगर, उन्होंने बल्कि अपना फ़ोन मुझे दिया पीछे एंड ही सेड कि राइट डाउन द फिगर ना, तो मैंने वो फिगर लिख दिया उनके फ़ोन पे और वापस दे दिया उनको ना, तो उन्होंने उसको सिर्फ देखा and he said one sentence and he said, you really underestimate yourself. And he has always pushed me into going further, exploring further.
He has pushed me into going further, exploring further. Tanya speaks of mentorship not as a hierarchy, but as a dialogue. She reflects on the mentor who changed everything, the one who looked at her and said, you really underestimate yourself. He didn't just guide her, he pushed her to go further, to explore deeper, to own what she brings into every space. But she also says this: mentors aren't just teaching you, they're learning from you. Growth doesn't happen in the spotlight like we all think. It happens in the watching, in the showing up, in the quiet belief that who you are is already enough. For Tehmeena, balance isn't about doing everything at once. It's about knowing what matters right now and giving it your full attention. She doesn't chase perfection. She creates systems that help her show up where she's needed the most. Sometimes at work, that can be at home or in your own head. Because balance isn't rigid. It's not fixed. It's responsive. And quality time with her team, her kids, herself is non-negotiable. She reminds us that you don't find balance, you build it.
देखिए इट्स एन अनपॉपुलर ओपिनियन, वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस कुछ भी नहीं होता. देयर वाज अ टाइम आई टॉक अबाउट वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस, बट ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता. यू नो समटाइम्स आप बहुत अच्छा करेंगे, हर चीज़ बड़ी बैलेंस होगी, और समटाइम कुछ भी नहीं होगा. मतलब एवरीवन हर चीज़ क्योस हो जाएगी, क्योटिक होगी. मगर एक चीज़ सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है ना, प्रायोरिटाइज करना, कि किस वक्त किस चीज़ को आपको प्रायोरिटाइज करना है. जैसे आई स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम विद माई किड्स, मगर ये कि उनको ये पता है कि जब मैं काम कर रही हूँ तो मैं काम कर रही हूँ, और जैसे आई वर्क फ्रॉम होम मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, एंड क्वालिटी टाइम इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कि बजाय इसके कि आप 10 घंटे उनके साथ ऐसे ही गुजारें, आप 2 घंटे गुजारें, मगर वो 2 घंटे फुली फोकस्ड होकर आप उनके साथ हों, कि बच्चों को बताओ कि आप उनके साथ हैं.
आपका आइडिया है, उसको मैक्सिमम अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करें, सोशल मीडिया को यूज़ करते हुए भी एंड फिज़िकली भी. अगर किसी नेटवर्क के इवेंट में जा सकते हैं, किसी स्टार्टअप के इवेंट में जा सकते हैं, किसी कॉन्फ्रेंस में जा सकते हैं, तो जाएं और जाके अपने आप को पिच करें. सो यू स्टार्ट, व्हेन आप कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में जाते हैं, यू सी अ लॉट ऑफ स्पीकर्स स्पीकिंग. जब वो स्टेज से उतरते हैं, उनको अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करें. अगर आपको उनसे कोई कनेक्शन चाहिए तो उनको वो बताएं कि दिस इज़ हाउ दे कैन हेल्प मी. In my journey, I've seen that when you ask someone from help, majority of the times they help you. They don't say no because they feel the responsibility कि उन्होंने आपको help करना है.
In Sala's world, building a business isn't just about having a great idea. It's about learning how to own it in every room you walk into. She told me something I won't ever forget. Women often talk to women because it's familiar, it's safe, and it's comfortable. But comfort won't build your company. You have to make the effort to meet at least 50% of the room. And how many of us has really done that? It feels intimidating. Maybe they won't listen. Maybe they'll talk over you, or maybe, just maybe, they'll open a door. You don't need to win everyone over. You just need to show up with clarity, with confidence, and with the courage to be heard.
यहाँ पर तो लोगों में पेशेंस ही नहीं है, ना लड़कों में ना लड़कियों में. बस चाहते हैं कि हम फ़ौरन छठी सीढ़ी पे या आखिरी सीढ़ी पे पहुंच जाए, ऐसा होता नहीं है। पहली सीढ़ी पे पाँव रखना पड़ता है,
बिल्कुल।
तो फिर आगे जाते तो ना धड़ से गिरते हैं,
धड़ से गिरते हैं,
धड़ से
बिल्कुल,
गिरते हैं। तो
बिल्कुल,
ग्रेजुअली आगे बढ़े, पहले सीखें, करें, फिर ये लें, फिर वो लें। आज ले लो बस मुझे गाड़ी भी अच्छी वाली मिल जाए, मुझे घर भी मिल जाए, मुझे फलाना भी मिल जाए, ऐसा नहीं होता।
Saima says it plainly. Business takes time. You don't open your doors on day one and start making profit. You spend more than you earn. You give more than you get. And in that messy, uncertain middle, most people quit. But Saima didn't. She showed up with consistency. Not with shortcuts, not with noise, but with quiet, relentless hard work. In a world where everyone and everything's in a hurry, her story is a proof that things take time, they last, and the ones who build slowly, they build it strong.
I think that I'll go back to saying, first of all, that I never said no to opportunities that came my way.
Naveen said something that stayed with me. I never said no to opportunities. I mean, how many of us have said no to opportunities that could have led to wide open doors, that could have led to what we had dreamt of? And yet here she was, she spoke about never saying no. Even when the opportunities were very unclear, even when she didn't feel fully ready, she said yes to the stage, to the newsroom, to the uncomfortable moments. And in saying yes, she learned, she grew, she expanded into spaces she once thought she didn't belong in. We often wait until we feel certain, but certainty isn't slow. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is say yes before you feel ready.
शायद जिम्मेदारियां भी मोटिवेशन होती हैं किसी दिन फियर भी मोटिवेशन होता है कि ओह अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो ये कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हैं। किसी दिन फेम भी मोटिवेशन हो सकती है कि मुझे ये काम करना है ताकि ये काम पाकिस्तान का ये काम दुनिया में नज़र आए, राइट। कभी पर्सनल मोटिवेशंस भी हो सकती हैं कि इफ़ आई डू दिस राइट देन ये होगा वो होगा एंड आई विल यू नो सो मोटिवेशंस। एंड देन फैमिली की भी मोटिवेशंस होती हैं कि अगर सो आई थिंक इट इज़ डिफरेंट एवरी डे एंड वो आपको अपने अंदर ही ढूंढनी पड़ेंगी।
Atiya says something simple yet powerful. Some days motivation might come from ambition, the drive to build, to be seen. Some days it's personal, to prove something to yourself, to keep going quietly. But most days, you really have to look within. There is no one-size-fits-all formula. There is nothing that I would say every day is a motivation. Motivation is deeply personal. And on the hard days, it won't come from the applause or the headlines. It might not even come at all. But you'll still move, still try. Because you can't give up. Giving up is not an option. And you'll still take the next step.
I think the way I look at it is challenges help you to, one, become a better version of yourself, but also to better the work that you're doing. Because, you know, to make, कोई भी चीज़ fool proof नहीं होती, but to make it a better version of itself, it has to go through various cycles of, you know, issues that come across.
We talk so much about the wins, the press, the pitches, the fundraising. But Noreen tells the truth. Entrepreneurship isn't glamorous. It's challenge after challenge after challenge. And that's not a flaw in the journey. That is the journey. She says every obstacle, every stuck moment is an invitation to become better, braver, sharper. You don't build something great despite the challenges. You build something great through them. In a world where women are often expected to adjust, to absorb, to stay silent, Iram found strength in an ally. Her husband didn't support her. He stood beside her. Together they navigated the complexities of living in a joint family like we all do, and he helped her draw boundaries, not out of defiance, but out of love. Because true partnership isn't about permission, it's about protection. And sometimes the greatest strength a woman can have is knowing someone's standing behind her while she stands up for herself.
If it wasn't for my husband, I think today, alhamdulillah, whatever is happening in my life,
I credit my husband 99% for it. If he wasn't there, I would not have made it, and this is my personal journey. He made it to a point. I live in a joint system with my in-laws, right? He drew the line for me. He was the first person to draw the line, and then I followed his footsteps. He told his family that just like himself, I'm working too. And when I'm working, my door shouldn't be knocked, or I shouldn't be expected to step out and meet the guests, or I shouldn't be expected to involve in the chores just because I'm working from home. He drew the first boundary for me. And gradually, I realized that it was actually really important, and in a way that helped me and that actually laid down the foundation for my business.
The outside people see somebody who's successful, who's doing well at work, alhamdulillah, who's contributing to the community, but at home, it's a very different reality. And you know, this is not uncommon. Iske baare mein itna bola nahi jata, but it's not uncommon. It does happen. And you know, when I was in a position to start sharing with people, alhamdulillah, I got a lot of support. And it takes some courage, because like somebody shared with me just recently, zulm sehna bhi ek zulm hai.
From the outside, everything looked perfect. A polished exterior, success, composure. But inside, Naveen was surviving something else. She told me, it took me a while to recognize what is abuse, what is toxicity. Because sometimes the most dangerous places are the quietest ones. And in a world that teaches women to stay, to bear it, to smile through it, Naveen reminded us, zulm sehna bhi zulm hai. And healing begins not when we stop pretending for others, but we find the courage to stop pretending to ourselves. Over the past 2 years, I've sat with women who've moved through fear, rejection, heartbreak, reinvention, and still chose to keep going. These weren't just moments, but the truth, a reminder that strength looks different on everyone. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's quiet, but it's always there. These women didn't just share stories, they shared blueprints for courage, for clarity, and for finding your own way. And if there's one thing I've learned from all of them, it's not that no one has it all figured out, but we do have each other. Thank you for listening, for carrying these stories forward. This is her story, and you're part of it now.